सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। All right. So we are starting the 21st Ashtapadi. The shlok is Sargun Nirgun Nirankar Sunna Samadhi आपन किया नानका आप हिरी जापि. So this particular one, this is one of my favorite ones because it is the state of a sthit prajna. Excuse me. This is sorry, something went inside. So this is the sthit prajna lakshan, not lakshan. This is the state of a sthit prajna, a state of a person who is in the this is Sunna Samadhi. Sunna Samadhi is same as the what we call as Nirvikalp Samadhi. So Nirvikalp Samadhi is where there is no Dvait Bhav remaining. That means that mind is totally absorbed in that self. Ek second. Sorry. So mind is totally absorbed. That's called the or the in the words of yoga, we call it the Nirvikalp Samadhi. So Sargun, Nirgun, Nirankar. Sargun is what we call as Sagun. That means which has some features. We can say that which can be recognized by some pointers. That okay, you know what, this one is big, small, dark, so that kind of so this Jagat is made up of Sagun. So that same Brahman, which is Nirgun Nirakar, is also appearing as Sagun Sakar in this form. Or we can say in avatars it comes as Sagun Sakar. Tulsidas ji कहते हैं कि that same Nirgun, there is no difference between Nirgun and Sakar, Sargun, because of the bhaktas and for compassion of people, the same Nirgun Nirakar takes the form of Sagun Sakar. Okay. So Sargun, Nirgun, Nirankar. Nirankar means that which has no shape. Excuse me. Something went in the wrong pipe. Sunna Samadhi is, that is what Nirankar is. And so when we are saying the experience, this is not an experience that we have of the worldly things. This is total absence of any experience. But still that awareness is there. That, normally in deep sleep also we have no experience, but we are not aware of it. This is the same state as we have in the deep sleep, but with a total awareness. So Sunna Samadhi Api. Api hi Sunna Samadhi. Api means himself, that herself. Let me call it herself this time, because there is no gender associated with Bhagwan. The same Bhagwan is he, because gender is something that is a manifestation here in this Jagat. For Bhagwan, when there is no, uh, what do you call it, no form, then it cannot have any gender as well. So, Apan Kiya Nanaka. Apan Kiya, matlab, this whole creation is his own. So, there is Apan Kiya, apne aap hi kiya. Aape hi phiri japi. And he himself is going around doing the jap of Bhagwan, remembering himself through as a human or as whatever form that Bhagwan has chosen. Human form is because we identify as humans. That's about it. In the yoga tradition, we have 8 different. We call it Ashtang Yoga, which means 8 limbs. So that is the last state, right? Samadhi. We have Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratihar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, right? So we go through 8 different steps. So if somebody says, I want to get into the 8th state, we have and not done enough Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratihar, then it is very difficult. You may get it, it's not like it is impossible, but Raj Yoga says that this is how you have to. Yam Niyam means transactionally how you behave in this world. How do you work with other people, with love, compassion, no stealing, no hurting, ahimsa, shaucham, all these things come in Yam Niyam, come to the, uh, you know, the purpose of asanas in the yoga tradition was not to for your improving or of health. It was to create your body ready for meditation. The asana and pranayam, the purpose was not कि आजकल तो we do yoga for fixing our body problems. But earlier, the purpose of that in the yoga tradition was to get ready for the ability to sit in one position for a long time. That was the purpose of it. So, anyways, so this is the starting, but this is the state of a Brahmagyani. So, all the verses in this uh, Ashtapadi, you will see that they are all relating to that state only. So, let's start with that. जब आकारो इह कुछ न दृष्टेता पाप पुण्य तब कहते होता. I'll go one by one line each. So Srishti akar means shape. So jab akaru ihu kuch na drishteta, that means before this creation happened. In science we say, okay, before the Big Bang, there was this singularity. There was this point where it all started. But it is not one. There is Big Bang going on continuously. It is. So what was there before it banged or before this creation came about? So there was no shape. There is a Nasadiya Suktam in Rig Veda which talks about it. But here we'll keep it very simple. That there is कौन देखने वाला था उसको? Who was the seer of that when there was no creation? So there must have been something that caused the creation to happen. It cannot be. See, if it was something random, it won't be sustainable. You know, so random things can happen and then they get destroyed. Here it looks like things are so well planned. All the planets are moving in a certain, speed. There are the sun is having a certain temperature. All these things are getting sustained by so much, what do you call, precision. You know, this precision is immaculate. So there must be some power that did that. So let's just assume that we give it a name, Prabhu, your Bhagwan, or Paramatma, or Brahman, whatever we want to call it. So before Srishti, who was the seer of that, before it came in this shape? पाप पुण्य तब कहते होता. So किसका पाप किसका पुण्य? There was nothing like that. पाप पुण्य is all mental. This is not something that जब धारी आपन सुन्न समाधि. That means dhari means when you are in that state. तब बैर विरोध क्यों संगी कमात. मतलब then there is no possibility of any rag dvesh, any virod. Virod means animosity or the duality. So जैसे उसमें भी आता है ना, समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः, in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So that state is where who is the friend, who is the enemy, who is the, what is the man, what is apaman. There is nothing like that, because you are one with your own self, not with the mind. You have already transcended the mind. We are talking at the level of mind right now. Mind goes through all these changes. Mind goes through rag, dvesh, anger, disappointments, happiness, all these things. जब जब इसका बरनु चिन्ह न जापत, तब हरक सोग कहु किसे ही बियापत. Harak Shok is Harsh and Shok, which is happiness and sorrows. So jab iska barnu chinna na jap, when there is no presence of, see, mind is also made up of matter. This you understand, right? It is also matter, but that matter is sattva. This sattva has the ability to reflect the consciousness. That's why we say that I am aware, because this mind becomes aware of its surrounding. Now the surrounding is also is something that is imagined, but still let's not go there yet. But point is कि who is, जब इसका बरनु चिन्नु न जापत. Chinnu means it is not experience. That chinna is symbols, that we recognize things in the form of Naam Roop. There is a name and there is a form associated with that name. That's how we recognize everything. So before all that creation, iska barnu chinnu na japat, that means you don't recognize it. Then who is happy, who is sad? That's sad and happiness are all creation of mind. It has no reality. So suppose something bad happened in my family, right? Or something happened to me. Does that state of shok, that state of dukha, does it stay on? No, it doesn't. It is only when your mind is focused on that state that you experience dukkha. Like when you go into deep sleep, all that are gone. When you come back, only when that memory comes back that you feel sorrow. So sorrow is also memory based. If you forget that, there is no sorrow. That means it is all creation of mind. Yes.
So I was reading this shloka, and this thing that is describing the state of Prabhu before creation. But in the way you are explaining it, you're saying it can also apply to if we, let's say every night we go into deep sleep and then there is nothing there, but then as we come out of it, slowly creation begins to happen. Is that how you're explaining it?
This is something that we experience on a daily basis. It is not, there is a, this is what they are saying here. Gurudev is saying that before this creation, where was all these things? That means it is all part of creation, because it is a manifestation, right? दुख सिर्फ अहंकार को होता है. Ahankar is part of mind only. So don't think
No,
of
no, no,
ahankar as a separate thing.
that I understand. For how the jiva functions, I understand. But I was wondering कि this is मतलब हमारी creation जो होती है mind, when mind comes back after deep sleep is like involuntary. वो तो habitual parent से आ जाएगा वैसा. लेकिन भगवान ने जो सृष्टि की वो तो intentionally किया ना, हुक्म वगैरह सारा laws and precision and all that. मतलब वो तो उन्होंने सृष्टि दूसरी तरह से की है ना.
Actually, this is also debatable. In our Vedas also it says, even when Bhagwan was asked this creation, कहता it just happened. It was just a play.
अच्छा.
But this Srishti is like, something that keeps happening. It is not one Srishti. Every person has its own Srishti. एक कुत्ते की दुनिया अलग है. The way he's seeing the world is very different than a cat is seeing or a fish is seeing the world. Think about it a little. My worldview is very different from somebody else's worldview. So suppose I am a person born in Gaza, right? Suppose I'm just giving a very mundane example here. His worldview is that world is my enemy, because everybody is trying to kill me. So I have to protect myself. Same way, the worldview of a Israeli soldier is very different. He says, okay, they are my enemy. I have to kill them. Otherwise, they'll kill me. So this continuous thought process is what causes all the uh, problems in this world, because we are seeing the Dvait, we are seeing the other is always not necessarily friendly, right? So I'm just giving some mundane example here. uh, जब all these are creations of our mind only. That's the only point I'm
Right. So
trying to make.
matlab, mind is for Brahmas for us. What you're saying is that Prabhu is doing infinitely many creations all the time. Matlab, अब वो
Everybody has their own worldview too, right? Our mind is the अगर कहो माया क्या है, मन ही माया है. जिस दिन हम मन को पार कर गए, उस दिन हम माया को भी पार कर गए. you know the mind is our biggest uh, obstacle in reaching our own self.
mind as an antakaran is synonym for antakaran, na? Mind. Okay.
जब आपन आप ही पार ब्रह्म, आपन आप ही पार ब्रह्म, that the self itself is the par brahm. That means there is no difference between the self and the par brahm. The Brahman and Atma are one and the same. See, this is the whole, what do you call it? The Gyan, the Vedanta is based on this one statement. If you say, if I want to summarize Vedanta in 3 words, it is Atma Brahma Aikyam. That I and the Brahman are one and the same. Okay? जब आपन आप ही पार ब्रह्म, तब मोह कहा किसु होवत भरम. Then where is the Brahma? Where is the delusion? Where is the confusions? There is nothing. Confusions are all created by mind only. So experiencing that oneness with that Brahman is the goal. That is where all all the moha, maya, all that is gone. आपन खेलू आप ही वर जीता. नानक करने हारू ना दूजा. करने हारू मतलब करने वाला कोई दूसरा नहीं है. यू अलोन आर द आपन खेलू. आप This is my play and I am playing myself, and everything that I am experiencing is all created by me only. When I say me, it is not ahankar. It is that state. See, this whole Ashtapadi is, we have to understand the state of a Brahmagyani. It is not a transactional person. We can't just say, okay, you know what? अब मुझे तो दुनिया से क्या लेना देना. It won't happen because we have not gone through that process of eliminating the the mal, the problem the mind has created. जब होवत प्रभ केवल धनी, तब बंद मुक्त कहू किस कहू गनी. मतलब when there is only Paramarth Satta, that there is only one Brahman, there is nothing else. Gurudev is talking from a very high state of realization. Tab Bandh Mukta. See, even Bandhan and Mukti are not two states of uh, being, right? Mukti is not something that will happen because of something else happened. Bandh Mukti is only at the ego level, at the mind level. You understand? Mukti is not Brahman. The Atma doesn't need any mukti. Mera Atma is always free. The mind is the one which has brought it down to the Bandhan level. See, Bandhan kya hai? Bandhan is wrong understanding of who I am. Bandhan is not something that is physical. Bandhan is not even a thought. Bandhan is wrong understanding. The moment that understanding is gone, that whole thing is that whole thing disappears. What we considered as बंधन. सी किसको अब बंधन कहते हैं? बंधन कहते हैं कि मैं शरीर हूं और इस शरीर की एक जर्नी है और ये शरीर ने मर जाना है, और मैं ही शरीर हूं. सो मैं मर जाऊंगा. देन आई फील कि मुझे आई हैव टू होल्ड ऑन टू समथिंग टू कीप मी गोइंग. That holding on to the false notion of something is bandhan. That uske bina मैं कैसे जीऊंगा? You know, that is what is bandhan. That that false image, क्या बोलते हैं, imagery of this world that I feel I am totally dependent on.
That
Okay,
means the ignorance that we have. Ignorance is bandhan.
this is ignorance. This is what it is. Avidya, ignorance, all this
That's what
wrong.
binds us.
Yes, that is the only thing that binds us. हम
Home,
सोचते हैं कि yeah,
right? Home, like that's the actual manifestation of
home
bandhan.
is uh, is a sense of I-ness. हमें
But that is the fundamental illusion, ना? वही तो बंधन है ना?
से बड़ा बंधन तो अहंकार ही है.
मतलब अहंकार तो हमें से ही पैदा हुआ है ना?
हमें ही अहंकार है, कोई दो
हाँ
अलग
हाँ,
चीजें नहीं है. या
राइट राइट राइट.
जब एक ही हरि अगम आपार, तब नरक स्वर्ग कहू कौन अवतार. कि when एक ही हरि, जब हरि एक ही है, that whole परमात्मा को, see they have used different words so that we don't get stuck with one word कि वही ब्रह्मन है. ये ब्रह्मन, हरि, परमात्मा, पार ब्रह्म. भगवान has used, Gurudev has used so many words here. Agam apar. Agam means that is beyond the mind, that which cannot be understood through mind. Apar means infinite. That ekai hari, that hari is itself that. तब नरक स्वर्ग कहू कौन अवतार. ये अवतार कौन है? There is no avatar other than the Brahman, that Hari coming as in a sagun form, that is avatar. और कहाँ नरक है, कहाँ स्वर्ग है, ये सब क्रिएशन अपने मन की बनाई है. जब निर्गुण प्रभ सहज स्वभाव, तब शिव शक्ति कहू कित ठाई ठाऊ. Here Bhagwan is using Shiv and Shakti to explain the creation. Shiv is the consciousness. Shiv is the the power through which this creation has happened. And for creation, the word used is Shakti. So we pray to both, right? Shiv and Shakti are not two separate. शिव की ही पावर को शक्ति कहते हैं. That Shakti alone is the, or we call it Adi Shakti, or whatever name we want to call it with. It is the one because of which we experience the Jagat. So Jagat ki Ma, the creator of this Jagat is that Shakti. Shiv is the power behind Shakti. Who is powering that Shakti? Shiv is powering that Shakti. So tab Shiv Shakti kaho kit thai. Matlab, where is Shiva? Where is Shakti? This is at a very high level that we are talking. We are talking at a state of mind which has already transcended this, the mental, the mind, you know. So, jab nirgun prab sahaj swabhav, sahaj means this is the natural state that we are in. Actually, we are supposed to be in that natural state, which is also called the, in the words of Aurobindo, it will be, what was the word used? Delight, right? So,
Light, light.
right. So that experience where we call it bliss, delight, whatever word we want to use, but the state where there is no, कहते हैं जहाँ पे और कोई दुख का एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं है, you know. So the sense of the avatar is also an experience, right? So जब आप ही आप अपनी ज्योति धरे तब कवन कत डरे. So जैसे आप you take one small lamp, you know, take one candle or whatever, and take it to another candle which is already lit. So you go there, it lights it. Now this jyoti is no different, right? It is same. The jyoti is jyoti. There is no, कहते हैं जब आप ही आप अपनी ज्योति धरे, मतलब the self in a being, any jiva, or the total in totality, the Parabrahma, it is the same. There is no difference. तब कौन किससे कौन डरेगा? You know, it is one and the same. So हमेशा जो डर है, it comes from the other. Or the other way to look at it is you go to a jewelry store and you see all these different ornaments, right? So you are checking it out. Okay, you know what? I like this design or I like this design. Maybe I should buy a bangle instead of a chain. You are focusing only on the Namru, where the goldsmith is only focused on the gold. Yeah, how much gold you are taking, right? He doesn't care, you know, if you like this or that. So for him, he is just focused on what is the gold value in that. So customer can see it in many forms, but to a jeweler, it is only gold. You know, आपन चलित आप ही करने हार, नानक ठाकुर अगम अपार. मतलब खुद ही आपन चलित आपन करने हार, मतलब खुद ही चल रहा है और खुद ही करने वाला है. चल रहा है means experiencer in this world. So he is the one who is experiencer and he is the one who created this experiences. So both are one and the same. Nanak Tagore Agam Apar. And the one who is doing this is Agam. Agam means don't think you can comprehend it. You know, it is Agam. Agam means beyond mind's comprehension. It is so खुद ही खेल रहा है, खुद ही देख रहा है. You know, there is this कबीर दास का famous एक वो है, let me check it out. कहता हाँ, I think I have mentioned that before. वो है ना, घट घट में पंछी बोलता कि आप ही माली आप क्या है, let me see, आप ही दंडी आप तराजू आप ही बैठा तोलता. You know, he himself is the डंडी. डंडी मतलब तोलने वाला, और सॉरी जिसके ऊपर तराजू टिका है. यू नो, कहता है आप ही माली आप बगीचा और आप ही कलियां तोड़ता. आप ही माली है, आप ही बगीचा है, और आप ही कलियां भी तोड़ रहा है. यू नो, so the point is that same one is playing all these roles. So we have to identify with that which is our own true nature. So it is not something that we have to become something. You already are. See, this is the beauty of it, that we are not trying to become something. We are actually trying to unbecome what we have become. We have become somebody miserable. We are somebody, our state is actually so high up there, but we have become dukhi. We have become miserable. We have become, because of wrong thinking. So this is what it's coming to. This is all from the Gyan point of view. Okay. अविनाशी सुख आपन आसन तह जन्म मरण कहु कहा बिनासन. कि अपना आसन मतलब our own state. What is my state? My state is avinashi. It is undestructible. The body is destructible. Our thoughts are destructible, but the self is indestructible. It cannot be. It cannot be, because it is one with that par Brahma. Sukh, this is the Sukh asan. Sukh apan asan. That means my natural state is that Sukh. Why am I dukhi then? So तह जन्म मरण कहू कहा विनाशन. तो जन्म मरण विनाश ये सब तो is all a game in the mind only. It is not real. So this is very important. एक एक जो इसका वो है ना, every single line is nectar. एक एक अमृत जैसे उन्होंने निचोड़ के यहाँ पे रख दिया है गुरुदेव ने. आसन मतलब that state, that I am that. जैसे ध्रुव की स्टोरी थी, you guys know the story of Dhruv. So Dhruv was basically, he was he had a mother and a stepmother. So he sat in his father's lap, and the stepmother came and said, no, you don't belong here. My son belongs here. If you were born from my womb, only then you become eligible for that. So he went to his mother and said, ये क्या है, I couldn't even sit in my father's lap. ये बड़ी नाइंसाफी है. So mother said, well, your stepmother didn't say anything wrong. अब जो तुम्हारे कर्म है, तो उसने कहा क्या करूं मैं उसके लिए. तो कहता है कुछ नहीं, तुम जाओ, भगवान विष्णु alone can give you that pad, that can give you this state. So he went, and so Narad ji gave him some mantra, and the story. Point is, when he realized, they say that it was the fastest, कहते हैं, जो realization that happened. So he was sitting in that position, in the meditation on Bhagwan Vishnu, and Vishnu ji came, and he says, okay, क्या चाहिए बेटा तुझे. So he said कि he didn't even see Bhagwan, because he was meditating and he was so lost in that meditation. So they say that Bhagwan put his shankh on his ear, and the Vishnu that he was meditating on in his heart, that Vishnu disappeared, and he opened his eyes to see Bhagwan in front of him. And so जो भी उसके बाद उनके डायलॉग हुए कि तुम्हें क्या चाहिए, तो उसने कहा मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I had come for some stupid reason, but I realized कि that was so mundane. Why would I waste my time on thinking about it, कि मुझे पापा की गोदी में बैठना है. That is what I was looking for, but I have found everything now. He says no, but जो संकल्प किया है उसका फल तो मिलेगा तुम्हें. So he says, तुम्हें वो परम पद मिलेगा, where you will be the king for thousands of years, and then you will rule on this planet called Dhruv, and live forever there. But then he asked this question. कि आप मुझे ये बताओ, मैं हूं कौन जो आपसे ये मांग रहा हूं, और आप कौन हो जो मुझे ये दे सकते हो, और व्हाट इज दैट परम पद जो मुझे चाहिए? यू नो, व्हाट इज योर अथॉरिटी एंड व्हाट इज माय रिलेशनशिप that you are able to do, and you are able to give me something, and what is my nature, who am I? तो पहले तो भगवान ने उसको डिसुएट किया कि छोड़ो यार, यू आर आस्किंग समथिंग वेरी, यू नो, वेरी, कहते हैं बियॉन्ड, वो जो कहते हैं ना, इट वाज आउटसाइड ऑफ द करिकुलम। कहता है यू जस्ट एंजॉय व्हाट आई एम गिविंग यू, कहता है नहीं, आई वांट टू नो। तो कहता है वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, देन देयर इज नो ध्रुव, देयर इज नो Vishnu, and there is no Parampad. That alone, Hari is everything, you know. So anyway, that is another story. But point is कि we have to realize the ultimate truth. This is the ultimate truth Bhagwan, the Gurudev is talking about. जब पूरन करता प्रभु सोई, पूरन करता means the the one who is the master of totality. See, we talk about individuality and totality. Totality is when you include everything. पूरन करता प्रभु सोई, तब जम की त्रास कहो किस होई. Jam ki tras means fear of death. Who will have fear of death? You know, fear of death is when we start thinking I am this body. Then only fear of death will come. जब अविगत अगोचर प्रभ एका. Avigat means the inconceivable. Agochar means which is invisible, which is not something which is beyond senses. Jab avigat agochar prabh eka, that he is one, there is no other. Tab Chitragupta kahu पूछत lekha. Chitragupta is the one, see वहां पे एक accountant है भगवान के पास, उसका नाम है चित्रगुप्त, who keeps track of all our karmas. So कहता है who is this चित्रगुप्त? कहता है कौन सा लेखा है, कौन चित्रगुप्त है? When you understand your own true nature, then there is no karmas associated with it, you know. Chitragupta is also our, what we call as the unconscious mind, or we call it chitta, where all things get recorded. So हमारे सब कर्म जो हैं वो they are staying in the state what we call as chitta. Chitta alone is deciding कहाँ जाना है, क्या करना है, you know, the journey itself. Yes.
Is that related to Karan Sharir?
It is related to, no, not Karan Sharir. It is part of the mind only. It is Antakaran only. Karan Sharir is beyond. Karan Sharir is, we can say, Karan Sharir is the cause for the other two bodies. Karan Sharir is subtler than the Chitta also. So it is the cause for the other two bodies too. It is avidya. Karan Sharir is avidya. Wrong idea about who am I is Karan Sharir. And
Yes,
this
yes,
is so deep seated in us. It is beyond our even unconscious mind, you know. So that Karan is the reason for other two bodies. Without, you know, so
Matlab, it's like Karan Sharir is the unirvachaniya ignorance, while
yes,
subconscious, you're saying there's a habitual patterns that are below the surface of awareness.
it is below the surface. But that also goes away, you know. So point is that ignorance is something that can go away. Otherwise, there is no point in our going through all these things.
For
you know.
sure.
Yeah. जब नाथ निरंजन अगोचर अगाधे, तब कौन छूटे कौ बंधन बाधे, you know. So point is that only ego goes through this bandhan. Bandhan mukti ego ka khel hai. It is not you. It is not the person, you know. जब नाथ निरंजन, that Lord agochar agad. See, same words are used multiple times here, but it is not okay. Apan aap hi acharaja. Apan aap hi acharaja means he himself is amazed at his own creation, you know, that wow, wonder of the wonder. He himself is wondering about this thing. नानक आपन रूप आप ही उपरजा. That means uparja means the creation. That creation happened अपने आप. It is not something that he decided, okay, ऐसा करेंगे कि let me make a blueprint of this world. He thought it happened, because this is the power. It is not something that physically is happening. It is happening in our mind space. Anyway, ये किसी और उस दिन बात करेंगे, but this is a much deeper subject to think about. आपन आप ही अचरजा नान अचर. So हमारे जो कर्म भी हैं, we have this संचित, प्रारब्ध और आगामी, all these karmas are there, but they are all at the mind level. They don't have any existence beyond mind, because they are the one who cause the problem. So जह निर्मल पुरुख पुरुख पति होता, तिहु बिन मैलु कहो कियो धोता. कि how do you create the sins, and who washes these sins? कहते हैं ना, we have to wash our sins. कहते हैं, who will wash the sins? When nirmal purukh, nirmal is without sins, without any blemish, pure, the purest form. यह निर्मल पुरुख पुरुख पति होता मीन्स मालिक वही है सबका, और वही तुम भी हो. वी आर दैट ऑल्सो. तहो बिन मैल. तो उसके अंदर मैल कहाँ से आएगी और उसको धोएगा कौन? दे आर बोथ समथिंग दैट इज who is going to wash the sins? Nothing. But remember, this is not for us at this level of understanding. This is from Gurudev is talking about a Jnani Purush who has already in the state of क्या बोलते हैं उसको, realization, जिसको स्थित प्रज्ञ कहते हैं. This is all स्थित प्रज्ञ लक्षण that we are reading here. जह निरंजन निरंकार निर्वाण. निर्वाण जिसका, who is Niranjan means the one who is Anjan is darkness. Niranjan is the one that dispels that darkness. So the light that dispels the darkness is called Niranjan. Nirankar, that is without any Nam Roop. Nirvan. Nirvan is state, वैसे Van is called the when there are no desires left, when I am complete in myself as is. ये नहीं कि ये होने से मैं पूरा हो रहा हूँ. I am complete. That thought is there. It is called nirvan, state of nirvan. तव कौ मान कौ अभिमान. तो किसको मान किसको अभिमान? So those words also don't mean anything. Because there is no rag dvesh. There is, when we say man is actually a measure. You measure yourself against others. कि मैं इससे better हूँ कि इससे lower हूँ. So abhiman is a composite of all the mans. कि यार वो मुझसे better है, मैं इससे कम हूँ या मैं इससे ज्यादा हूँ, यही चलता रहता है mind में. So that मान अभिमान is also, कहते तव कौ मान कौन अभिमान. किसका मान किसका अभिमान. So those are also states which are which will automatically get dropped. जह स्वरूप केवल जगदीश. जहां स्वरूप is जगदीश. जगदीश is जगत का ईश, the lord of the universe. That alone is the स्वरूप. जह स्वरूप, उसका स्वरूप मतलब हमारी true nature is that same as जगदीश. तह छल छिद्र लगत कहु कीस. कैसे छल छिद्र मतलब the like chal is usually used for cheating somebody, or chidra means our shortcomings. So shortcomings and all these belong to the body mind level, not to the atma level. कि किसको लगेगा, किसका छल छिद्र की बात हो रही है. जह ज्योति स्वरूपी ज्योति संगी समावे, तह किसी भूख कवनु तृप्तावे. ये बड़ा सुंदर है. कहते हैं जब एक ज्योति ज्योत से ज्योत जलाते, चलो कहते हैं, तो एक ज्योति से दूसरी ज्योति जलाते हैं, तो आत्मा इज ज्योति एंड जीव इज ऑल्सो ज्योति, because they are illuminating this whole world of experience for us, right? Without consciousness, this experience is not possible, because mind doesn't work without that consciousness. So that same jyoti which is illuminating the world is also illuminating my mind. Ja jyoti swarupi jyoti sangi samave. That means understand they are one and the same. They are not two separate jyotis, the one which is creation of the world and one which is inside me illuminating my mind. No, it is one and the same. त किसकी भूख कवन तृप्तावे. ये बड़ा सुंदर है. भूख और तृप्ति मतलब भूख के मिटने को तृप्ति कहते हैं. Once you are hungry, you eat, you are now satiated. He says the bhook and tripti are two states, right? Understand, जरा इसके ऊपर थोड़ा मनन करना पड़ेगा. We have to think about these things. They are not two states. It is the bhook and tripti are also the same state for because the one who is realized, one who has he has no bhook is not necessarily for food. Bhook is any desire. So once that desire quest is gone, that the quest for quenching that desire is gone, then कौन भूख कवन तृप्तावे, कि किसकी भूख और कौन उसको मिटा रहा है. So it's a very extremely high level of poetry here. करण करावन करने हारू, नानक करते का नाही समारू. Here we are talking about that you cannot understand this करने कराने वाले का. If you try to see कि mentally I will understand, intellectually I will understand it, that is not going to happen. You have to become that, because that is our nature, that is our essential nature. जब अपनी शोभा अपनी संगी बनाई, तब कवन माई बाप मित्र सुत भाई. जब अपनी शोभा मतलब when you understand your own self, then do you say this is my mother, this is my father, this is my friend, this is my sut. Sut means child, and my bhai, my brother. So all these are nothing but yourself. The one who has apni sobha, matlab who you are when you introduce yourself, I am so and so. So apni sobha sangi banai. When you have created this whole क्या बोलते हैं, the network of relatives, but really speaking they are all you only. In your mind you have created all this. Hard to understand at this point, but just take the word. If Gurudev is saying it, that is what it is. Atma alone is everything. There is no separate relationship. We cannot say ye mera, these are my parent, this is my son, this is. Atma alone is everything. Jab sarab kala apahi parveen. Parveen is, this is siddhi, some kind of ultimate siddhi. Apahi parveen. You have understood your own true nature. Tav ved kateb kaha kauchin. Do you need the Vedas? And kateb is used for Quran. So all these Vedas, Quran, all the other scriptures for that matter, it doesn't mean much. We don't need them anymore, because you have understood the, see, like once you have understood your ABCD, You don't go back to it every day. Yeah, right. It's done. You know, it is already part of your system. So once you have understood the core of the teachings, then the books don't mean anything after that. It is not like disrespecting the books. It is not like saying we don't need the books. We do need the books. We do need to understand, because words actually are needed to ignite that knowledge, because that is when our journey begins. Without those books, the journey will not begin. But he's saying that for a realized master, the one who has already mastered this, does he need these books? He doesn't need the books, you know. See, एक होता है आत्मा को जानना, और एक होता है आत्मा मैं हूं ये मान लेना. आई अलोन एम दैट आत्मा. इसको जानना और मानना में बहुत थोड़ा सा फर्क है, बट इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डिफरेंस. वंस यू हैव taken that I am Atma, then this body will work, function just like any other body. But point is that you are not identifying with it. This body is going to function just like, you know, how the kidney is functioning on its own, how the liver is functioning on its own. So this body will function on its own. But right now we are thinking we are the one who has to manage everything. So that is how we have come to this point कि ये किताबें जो हैं, they are very important for a ignorant, but for a realized master they don't mean anything. जब आपन आप उरी धारे, उरी मीन्स इसको अपने आप को जब अपने अंदर धार लिया है, मतलब दैट आई एम दैट अलोन एंड नथिंग एल्स, दैट knowledge has become you. It is not a intellectual knowledge, it is you only, you know. तव सगन अपसगन कहा बिचारे, कि what is good for me, what is not good for me doesn't matter, you know. So मतलब जिसको बोलते हैं शुभ और अशुभ is same for that person, you know. ज आपन ऊच आपन आपी नेरा. आपन ऊच मतलब the highest one is that, and the closest one is that same. तव कौन ठाकुर कौन कहिए चेरा. So who is the Thakur, who is the master, and who is the Chela, who is the teacher, who is the student? So that also, all these differences vanish. But remember, it is for the realized master we are talking here. For us, we need to go through this process. We need to do still Atma Vichar. We have to sit in meditation. We have to think about the what is my true nature? Why is it that I suffer? Why is it I feel sorrow? You know, all these things. He, uh, anyway, let me finish this, then we will. I want to give a few pointers here. बिस्मन बिसम रहे बिस्माद नानक अपनी गति जानहु आप. कि बिस्माद is wonder. See, Bisman is also जिसको बोलते हैं विस्मय, that in the state of wonderment, you know. Rahe Bismad, it's amazing that it happened, you know. जैसे even in Bhagavad Gita, let me just pull my Bhagavad Gita here. So there is this beautiful verse that is in second chapter. कहता है आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदैनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यम् आश्चर्यवच्चैन मन्य शृणोति श्रुत्वापेन वेद न चैव कश्चिद. Here it says that the आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति, मतलब the one who sees this, you know, somebody is listening to some discourse like this, he says, wow, this is great. But of that, a few of those will say Ashcharyavat Vadati, that they will talk about it, you know. tathaiva chanyam, that this great knowledge that they're talking about, ascharyavat chain manya shrunoti, internalize it, that I am that particular truth. Shrutva piyena vedana chaiva kasyat. The point is that this knowledge is so amazing, so out of this world, that once you start to get even a, कहते हैं ना, drip, a little piece of it, that will give you so much peace, that so much uh, happiness will flow through you, you know. So नानक अपनी गति जानो आपी, तो ये भी नहीं कि जानने वाला कोई और होगा, you know. You, when you say api, means that atma alone knows itself. It is not mind will know it or intellect will know it. You become aware of your own self. It is not you know about it, you are that. See, there's a big difference, but anyway, ज अचल अछेद अभेद समाया, उहा किसी व्यापत माया. See, achal, chal rahit, you know, the one without any. Chal means to cheat, but anyway, here it is. Ached means without shortcomings. Abhed means any differences. All these are happening. See, bhed bhi teen tarah ke hote hain. You know, in Vedanta, when we study, we say sajatiya bhed, vijatiya bhed, and swagat bhed. Vijatiya bhed means of different types. Jaise the animal world is different from the plant kingdom, right? In, even if we say in animal kingdom, there is reptiles versus fish versus mammals versus insects versus humans. They are all different. This is called vijatiya bhed. They are different species. Then there is within the a specific species, say dogs. Now dogs is not one thing, you know. So we say there is little dogs which is poodle, there is German Shepherd, there is, you know, all kinds of different variations of dogs are there. This is called Sajatiya Bhed. We say, okay, but within a dog, the same dog itself, we have different parts, right? It is called Swagat Bheda. So the head is different from tail, tail is different from legs, leg is different from hands. So all these differences are happening. ये तीन तरह के भेद है. ये जो भगवान जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं, they are talking about abhed. That means none of these bhedas apply. That means there is zero difference. You understand? So there is no sajatiya bhed, no vijatiya bhed, no swagat bhed. They are all undifferentiated. Like if I say consciousness, consciousness is cannot be defined as, oh, it has a head of a consciousness and a tail of a consciousness or legs of a consciousness. Consciousness is that light. The closest example people give is space. How can you say, acha ye space के parts हैं? No parts. It cannot be differentiated. Like it is one and the same. It is in all 3 periods of time, it is same. Okay. आपस कौ आप ही आदेशु ते गुण का नाही परवेशु. That it is only happening because this is the adesh. Adesh is also like a instruction, you know, that I am instructing myself, I am teaching myself, I am learning from myself. So that same Atma is becoming a student and same Atma is also the teacher, you know. So every instrument is powered by that Atma alone, right? Mind is powered by that. My ears are powered by that. My speech is powered by that. So everything is powered by that. So वहां पे तिहु गुण का नाही परवेश. That means there is no entry for the three gunas. That means it is beyond Maya. Maya is made up of three gunas, right? So this is beyond Maya. जह एक ही एक एक भगवंता तह कौन अचिंतु कौन लागे चिंता. कौन है जिसको चिंता नहीं है और कौन है जिसको चिंता है. एक भगवान ही है सब जगह. That alone is in everybody, in every form. That Bhagwan alone is. Every cell is basically controlled by that Bhagwan. Bhagwan alone is manifesting in everything. So this is breaking every concept of Dvaita, the duality. Ja आपन आप ही पतियारा त कौन कथे कौन सुनने हारा. कि when it alone is Patiara means the one who is controlling this whole thing. तो उसमें कौन कह रहा है और कौन सुन रहा है. Same, same. Paramatma alone is speaking through this person and listening through all the others, or the same person is also listening. So it is all there. कौन मतलब it is a wonderment. कौन सुन रहा है और कौन कह रहा है. Same Atma is powering everything. बहु बेअंत ऊंचते ऊंचा नानक आपस कऊ आप ही पहुंचा. आपस मतलब this who reaches that state. कहते हैं खुद ही he reaches its state. So it alone is, so यहाँ पे you will find when we are talking, we may not identify with it right away because this is talking about a different state, different level of realization. उसके अंदर mind is not active. Mind is active in the sense that mind is conveying that message, but it has already reached beyond its mind. So, ja api rachiyo parpanch akaru. Prapanch is, see, in our Vedant, prapanch is, or in Vedas, the prapanch word is used, that which is created by the fives. अब ये five क्या है? पंच महाभूत. पंच महाभूतों से बनेगा. उनका विस्तार is called परपंच. That means these five things, which is space, air, fire, water, earth, इन सबके कॉम्बिनेशन से पूरा संसार रचा है. उसी को प्रपंच कहते हैं. जह आप ही रचियो परपंच अकारो. The world is created by खुद भगवान. तिहु गुण मही कीनो बिस्तारू. And using the three gunas, it expanded this. So the world of Namarup is, and the gunas is by, so पांच तत्व, महातत्व जिसे कहते हैं, and five or three gunas, they create vistar. मतलब this expands that we see, the world of our experiences. पाप पुण्यतः मही कहावत कौ नरक को सुरग बचावत. उसी के अंदर उन्होंने ये सब पाप भी क्रिएट किए, पुण्य भी क्रिएट किए. मई कहावत मतलब दिस इज जस्ट टू से दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट हैपेंड. मतलब उनकी यू एक्सपीरियंस दीज थिंग्स. कौ नरक कौ स्वर्ग बचावत. बंचावत मतलब दिस वर्ल्ड हैज क्रिएटेड दिस. अच्छा, ये अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है, ये बुरा एक्सपीरियंस है. Swarg Narak is nothing but the experiences, that great experience, good experience. You say, I am in heaven. Bad experience, it is hell for me. Yeah.
But the key point is that भगवान ने खुद ही माया और पंच
Yes.
और उसके ये रचना की. मतलब भगवान ने होमे ये सब वो सब सारे मतलब वो जो अज्ञान जो है बेसिकली सिंह भगवान ने जो सृष्टि मतलब माया मतलब भगवान ने ही अज्ञान की मैनिफेस्टेशन की है. मतलब
ज्ञान भी भगवान का ही दिया हुआ है.
Dono.
But Bhagwan alone is experiencing this agyan too. See, ये थोड़ी है कि जो the Atma in us is, we can say we are going through suffering. So who is suffering? Bhagwan alone is suffering. But the experience is,
Very strange that he wants to do such a thing.
ये इसको लीला कहते हैं. There is no other word for it. See, लीला cannot be explained. Even the most learned Vedantins will say, I cannot explain लीला. लीला is, जब भगवान से मिलो तो पूछ लेना. But this is what it is. कौ नरक कौ स्वर्ग बंचावत मतलब फैलाव उसका, you know, it's imagined. Even ahankar is imagined. आल जाल माया जंजाल हौमे मोह भरम भय मार. ये बड़ा सुंदर है कि मतलब this ego, delusions, confusions, this maya janjal, what we call it, is all his creation. But he has given us a way out also. See, sometimes we give kids puzzles, right? उसको ब्रेक करके दे दिया, अब इसको बनाओ, you know. तो वही है कि हमारे को एक खुद ही को, इट्स नॉट लाइक किसी और को, बट खुद ही को वो पजल बना के दे दी, अब उसी को सॉल्व भी कर रहे हैं. दुख सुख मान अपमान अनेक प्रकार कियो बख्यान. सुख दुख मान अपमान ये सब जो है ये माया का ही खेल है. और कहता है अनेक प्रकार कियो बख्यान, एंड इट इज बीन टोल्ड इन मेनी वेज बाय मेनी डिफरेंट पीपल, यू नो. आपन खेलू आप करी देखे, अपना खेल ही रचा हुआ है और खुद ही देख रहा है, यू नो. So this is the beauty. ये नहीं कि somebody else is doing it. When he is the only one, he or she, whatever word we want to use for Bhagwan, because it is beyond any other way to explain that. खेलू संकोचे तव नानक एके. खेलू संकोचे तव नानक एके is very important. कि Sankoche means when it collapses, when this game ends, then everything becomes the same one alone. Jesse, I want to show you something. You know, I had created one slide long time back about the the creation. 1 second, let me see if I can share that. Okay. Let me see if I can share that. Sorry, मेरे को थोड़ा टाइम ज्यादा लग रहा है, but I thought I can't do justice in this time. Okay. This is the sequence of creation, you know. Long time back, I think it must be in 99 or 2000 when we were doing the Yoga Vasisht, I did this. कहते हैं, the sequence of creation is Brahman alone is, right? Then, are you able to see this?
Yes.
All right. So Brahman alone then has a thought, I am. It is the first thought. It is called Aham Bhav. So first thought is I am. After this Aham Bhav, the Brahma is created, which is the first Jiva. Brahma says, okay, let me create the laws for this creation. This is called Ritam and Niti. You know, all the laws of how the universe will run. उसको कहते हैं Ritam. Then mind was created. Then the Tanmatras were created. Tanmatras is sound, touch, vision, taste, touch, and the Indriyas, which are going to experience it, through which you experience these things. Sound is experienced through ear, you know, the touch experience through skin. So all these things are happening. Then the basic elements, space, air, fire, water, earth. From that, the whole Jagat is formed. When Bhagavan here it says, let me read the last part of it. Apan khelu api kari dekhe. That means that same Brahman is in everything up to this point, right? In the Jagat, in the names and forms. Aap kari dekhe. Khelo sankoche tau nanak eke. When these things end, which means you go back to this, through mind and through this, you realize your own true nature. You get back to aham. Sankoche means when it collapses, it comes back to this only. It is not a physical thing that happened. It is just a thing that is part of Bhagwan's Maya. उसके लिए और कोई word use करना मुश्किल है, But I just wanted to share that. So, anyways.
Thanks. That was helpful. That was helpful, Rajiv.
Sure. And if you want, I can share it in the group, just for reference. जब अभिगत भगति तह आपी, जह पसरे पसारु संत परतापी. That avigat means that which cannot be said. Bhagat tahi aap. That when this the one who is trying to find his own true nature, tah pasare pasaru sant partapi. So the when it is like an inward journey. See, one is outward journey. Science is a outward journey. Spirituality is an inward journey. You go back to your own self. You go beyond mind. In science, we use mind and intellect to analyze what the outside world. So the journey outside is called science. The journey inside is called the spirituality, where you find your own self. The only goal is to find who you are. That's the only thing. That is not part of pursuit of science, right? It doesn't say let's find ourselves, because they say, oh, that is a individual journey. That cannot be something that we can scientifically do. So that is what it is. दुह पाक की आप ही धनी. दुह पाक मतलब both parts. That जो भी द्वैत में दो पक्ष होते हैं, जगत भी उसका और जो जगत को चलाने वाला वो भी वही. So that दुह पाक, any time you see duality, understand both sides are Bhagwan only. कि आप ही धनी, आप ही मतलब he is the one who owns it. उनकी शोभा उन्हीं बनी, मतलब उनकी शोभा वो भगवान ही जानते हैं. आप ही करतक कौतक करे अनद चोज. चोज मतलब लाड लडाना, कहते हैं ना कि जस्ट टू प्ले. इट इज जस्ट ए भगवान्स प्ले. कि आप ही कौतक, कौतक मीन्स करतब दिखाना. दैट भगवान इज showing all the tricks, to us. करे अनद चोज. अनद चोज, anand means in for the enjoyment. What is the purpose of putting us through this? This is for our enjoyment only, nothing else. अनद चोज आप ही रस भोगन निर्जोग. आप ही रस भी भोग रहा है और आप ही he is the ras and he is the enjoyer of that ras, and he is also rejecting all bhog also. See, सब कुछ वही है. The enjoyer also and the one who is saying कि मेरे को इससे कुछ लेना देना नहीं, सब वही है. जिसु भावे तिसु आय आपन नाई लावे. जिसको भावे मतलब जब whenever भगवान wishes अपने साथ लगा लेता है, he will say okay, now it is good time for you to be part of me, or you understand who you are own, that I am you. जिसु भावे तिसु खेल खिलावे. और जिसको वो कहता है अच्छा अब ये और खेलो, you like this world, enjoy, have fun, continue your game, जिसु भावे तिसु खेल खिलावे. मतलब you enjoy this world, then continue enjoying. Don't worry about anything. But if you think you have had enough, हो गया खेल पूरा, and you want to find out कि you know कि खेल कहाँ से शुरू हुआ, किसने शुरू किया, इसका एंड क्या है, then I will take care of you. You know, बे बेशुमार अथाह अगनत अतौले. This is like superlative to superlative degree he is talking. बेशुमार मतलब beyond boundaries. अथाह मतलब infinite. Aganat which cannot be counted. Atole means कुछ कंपेयर नहीं किया जा सकता. जीव बुलावहु तितु नानक दास बोले. It is like कौन बोल सकता है? Who am I to talk about this greatness of Bhagwan? You know, this is Gurudev is saying, I am saying all these things, but I am nobody to talk about it. You know, that which is beyond all the comprehensions, which is beyond, any comparisons. How can I even talk about it? You know, this shows Bhagwan, the Gurudev's humility, that he's talking about how difficult it is to say all these things. It is not something uh, that I can talk about it, but I am still saying it because it is more out of wonderment, more out of Bhagwan's क्या बोलते हैं, Gurudev's love for us, that he is saying all these things. So the point, if we want to understand the key points, one is to see that sansar as a illusion. Uh, any expectations, from this illusion is going to cause us pain. If you think the world can give you anything, that is like setting you up for problem. For a jnani, this sansar is real. So he will continue to play. He will continue to, matlab me. I'm talking about myself. We are talking about our own experiences, that this pain and suffering is real for us. So now, if you think about it, where did this problem begin? Because Sat feels so distant to us. Bhagwan feels so distant to us, and this Asat feels real. Everything about this, what Gurudev has just said, they are all illusion, they are all Asat. We feel no, it is Sat. मेरी प्रॉब्लम रियल है, मेरे बच्चे रियल हैं, मेरी फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन रियल है, मेरे सारे दुख रियल हैं. So Asat is close to us. We are so, that is what is called bandhan. Now we don't know how and when it began, right? We don't know. It just has been there forever for us. We don't even know why it began. जो माया है उसको और जो लीला है, we don't know. But our gurus, our scriptures has given us the antidote. They have given us the magic potion. There is a way out of it. The suffering doesn't have to continue. There is an end to this suffering, and end to this suffering is by realizing our own true nature. So actually उसको भी छोड़ दो, मन को ठीक करना है. Mind is the problem. Mind alone is causing all the problems. सिर्फ मन को ठीक करना है. मन ही बंधन है. There is nothing, no separate tool that is causing our problems. Mind alone is causing all the problems. So mind has to be fixed. Mind has to be uh, taken care of. So that kind of would summarize what we discussed today. I'm sorry I took a lot extra time, but I don't know how else to justify this such a beautiful Ashtapadi. So we'll end here.
Yeah.
I'll stop